Chris, what was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
The first ever heavy metal knitting world championships took place in Finland over the weekend. Going to imagine a rock concert and a mosh pit. Everyone's dressed up in costumes in a mosh pit while knitting.
So aggressive knitting?
Yes.
That's very dangerous. Knitting needles?
Get careful.
Yep.
Billy, what's the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
You guys remember Big Baller Brand?
No.
Well, we once paid like $7,000 for one pair of sneakers that got here like 8 years later, and they'd sell T-shirts for like $50. Well, on Twitter, at LA Sports Radio, put out a picture of Big Baller Brand apparently having a little setup at a local volleyball tournament, selling their T-shirts for $5 now.
Gotta clear that inventory.
The discount bin, Big Baller Brand. Roy, what was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
Woody Harrelson at Wimbledon. That's it.
It was great.
He was fun to watch. Mike, what was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
This photo that I saw from Summer League of former producer Carson Edwards standing next to Taco Fall, the giant from UCF.
Those two people do not look like they could possibly do the same thing for a living, athletically. When they're photographed together, Mike, please, someone explain to me how it is Taco Fall can move like that at 7'7". He's dunking without jumping.
And for me to like the prospects of Carson Edwards more as a pros.
Can you explain to me what the hell has happened to basketball that extraterrestrial at 7'7" running the floor, there's no longer a place for him? He is a dinosaur because he can't guard Steph Curry. What the hell are we watching?
Meanwhile, Giannis can, and he's only at 60% of what he's going to be.
That's correct. Stugotz, what do you think was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
This was great. Hue Jackson did an interview over the weekend where he says the job he did with the Browns was probably some of his best coaching.
Oh,
he was 336-1.
He won one game in 2 seasons. 336-1. And he says, quote, was probably some of my best coaching. Come on. Hugh, knock it off. I've got the Washington State Athletic Department tweeting out a video of a couple waking up to a Mike Leach alarm clock. It is literally a Mike Leach head that talks to wake them up. It sounds horrifying and wonderful.
I love that.
For those of you who do not know what Mike Leach looks like, he looks like a cartoon cow. He looks like a lunch lady. He looks like one of the Angry Birds. He looks like the guy who gets up as soon as the airplane lands and gives a frustrated hand motion as to why the people aren't getting off the plane faster. And he also looks like the man following his elderly mother through Walmart, loudly complaining about her unwillingness to buy Cheetos in the family-size bag. That's horrifying, right? Yes, the Mike Leach, the Mike Leach droning clock of alarm.
Every morning.
He has a very small mouth. He has a very small mouth. It's unsettling.
Which coach would you want waking you up? Like, is there a coach?
Not that
Ed
one.
Orgeron.
I don't want
Mike Tomlin.
But Mike Tomlin's face doesn't say anything. You just look and it's his eyes.
Was that indeed Ed Orgeron who was running on the beach and fell on his face, or was that somebody else? Was that a lookalike?
You know what? We're gonna say yes.
I want it to be.
It's just like
But we're not
McElwain
sure?
just like McElwain was on the Shark.
He looks like Fred Flintstone, running, very square body. We're going to say it is. We're going to make it official. Chris Mortenson's reporting it.